The vast majority of people in the world believe in the existence of one or more gods. But does this mean they're all talking about the same thing? Not even close. Personally, I'm about 99% sure that whatever specific god you believe in, if you do, doesn't exist. I'm about 95% sure that none of the gods humanity's ever written fan fiction about exists, and maybe 90% confident that any kind of god, by any definition, exists at all. But the problem is, we don't have a definition. So let's pretend the gods are real, and watch how fast everything falls apart. Some people say God is energy, which might be why you're not allowed to bring more than 100 watt-hours of God on an airplane. Other people say God is love, or consciousness, or the universe experiencing itself, which all sounds poetic, but completely undermines the point of having a distinct concept of God in the first place. If God is just a vague emotional placeholder, or a fancy word for stuff exists, then you don't really believe in God. You just like metaphorical thinking and Instagram quotes. Now, if we look at mythologies with actual characters, Greek gods, Roman gods, Norse gods, they're not mysterious, ineffable forces. They're basically just immortal middle managers with drama problems and magic powers. Sometimes they're not even that impressive. Sometimes they're just wet, angry sky people. These gods make more sense in a way. They're relatable. Too relatable. Because if gods are just bigger, older, pettier versions of us, then what exactly makes them divine? If they're just aliens or dimensional bureaucrats, why would we worship them? Respect them? Maybe. Negotiate? Sure. But fall to our knees and sing their praises? That feels like fan behavior. Most God stories come with a massive side order of moral micromanagement. God doesn't just make the universe, he's very concerned about what you do with your genitals on a Wednesday. Apparently, the creator of time, space, and quantum mechanics really does not want you to eat shrimp, or touch the wrong kind of cloth, or think lustful thoughts about your neighbor's ox. Why? No, seriously, why would a god care? Not metaphorically, not because it's in the holy book, I mean logically as a premise. We don't know if a truly alien intelligence, even a mortal one, would care about humans at all. Why would a cosmic being with infinite power and knowledge spend its time judging haircuts and playlists? It's narcissism on a planetary scale. We assume we're important, so of course the gods would care what we're doing. If the gods are real, and they care, then why are they so bad at showing up? For beings who supposedly want worship, obedience, and love, they're really bad at PR. Most divine intervention is suspiciously subtle, like working in mysterious ways, or looking like coincidences, or not working at all. Meanwhile, humans have cured diseases, landed on the moon, and built nuclear weapons, all with 0 thunderbolts from Olympus or updates from Yahweh. So either the gods don't exist, or they do, and they're ghosting us. Maybe they moved on, maybe we're blocked, or maybe we were never on their radar in the first place. Assuming the gods are real, assuming they made us, and assuming they care, why do they want to be worshipped? That's not divine, that's insecure. If your boss demanded daily songs of praise and mandatory obedience under threat of eternal torture, you'd call HR. But if a god does it, that's just faith. If you made a species of ants, would you demand they write poems about how awesome you are? If yes, you might be a god, or a supervillain. So here's the problem with gods. Even if they exist, they don't make sense. The ones we've imagined are either too vague to be useful or too human to be divine. They care too much about weird stuff, do too little about big stuff, and expect far too much from us in return. And if there's something out there that made all this, it's probably so far beyond us it wouldn't even register us as worth noticing. But hey, maybe you'll get to ask it someday. After you die. Assuming you picked the right one.